fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo! Hey there, boys and girls. So you're out there sitting in a small corporation wondering, how do I make this thing better? What do I do to get more people? What do I do to make people more engaged? And what do I do to simply be the best? Well, I might not be able to help you on that latter point, but all the former ones I can. And before you think that just being a content creator means it's easy to amass people, think again. So what you can do here is, one, here's my corporation. Everybody knows it's Reavers. You see the tax is a little bit higher than you expect, but that brings me to our first point. A high tax can actually be a good thing if you consider that high, depending on what you're doing with it. For example, here's some things that we're running. We're running PvP contests during certain weeks and months where players go out and kill stuff. Our last prize was a first prize of a CNI and 150 million Esk. Whoever took in the most killed total in terms of Esk death, which means they could have done nothing but hunt ventures and just added up 100 ventures if they wanted to, or they could have killed a succubus and had a 2-bill lead. Whatever they wanted to do, we said, hey, those corp funds are going to be to promote activity and to have fun. And that's really key. Number one is you actually want to have a tax so that you can use it to promote activity in your corporation. And what you'll find is people actually like doing stuff like that. And at any given time of our 150-ish, I've been kicking some inactives, we will have anywhere from 30 to 50 online generally at a time. And during a given day, over 120, 130 of those are on during a given day. What you want to do is organize that in a way that you can start saying, hey, your taxes are going to something. A second thing I recommend, and I'll turn on my assets here just so you can see the top of it. Another thing I'd recommend is an SRP program, a ship replacement program. And what that is going to do is if you have guys that are going out with you in fleet runs or PvP and they lose their ship, well, the corp can replace it. And that's a lot easier than a player, because remember, not all of your players are created equally. Some of your players are whales. I mean, it happens. There's nothing wrong with being a whale, but they'll just go get their plex, turn it in, and then buy whatever they lost. Then you have other players who spend a week, 2 weeks grinding hardcore, doing everything they can to get that shiny, brand new CNI. Like this one. And they lost it. And that's all they had. And now they're back to a Corax trainer. We can help keep that player energized in the game and wanting to play by replacing their ship that they lost and helping them get back and going. And they don't even notice the taxes. Last night I did a tier 10 story mission that paid the corp 35 million in taxes. Okay, big deal. So what? Also took home over 200 million. So I don't care. And then you look at this, and because I know there's so many out there that go, well, got to be a 3% tax or a 5% tax. The importance of the tax is what is it doing for the player? And if you're using these things to promote activity in the game, replace ships when they lose so they don't feel like they have to grind a week to get back at it, then what you'll find is people don't care if they're paying taxes as long as you're being active as a group. So PvP contest, mining contest, races are really fun. Making people race around a whole system and pick up drop points. That's a good idea. If you want ideas for how to do that, I'll probably be making a video on it. But anyway, just some more ideas for that. And then let's move on to our next point. Recruiting. Let me tell you this. A lot of people out there, a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, are doing this. You're going into local and you're sharing your business card being like, join me, we're so cool. I don't know anybody that's ever joined anybody from that. Here's what you need to do. If you want to promote activity in the game and you want to get members, you need to be active in game, but also establish your own Discord. Reavers has its own Discord. Technically, it's my YouTube Discord, but we have an entire section of nothing but Reavers and the Orp Alliance that only those people can see, only those people can participate in. And the reason that Discord is so important is that it helps you with live ops. Like when we do live fleet runs or we do live PvP runs, that happens because we use Discord. And when you're active like that, people start to see. The most people that come to me wanting membership is because they see us around doing things. They'll see us running around in a fleet of 10 or 20 or 30, and they'll see us clearing out systems, whether we're doing PvP or we're out doing ANOMs. We'll be seen as a group working together. That type of cohesion in a group only happens if you have proper communication. It's a simple tactics thing. Ask any military what's important. What's more important, communication or numbers? You can have all the numbers in the world, but if you can't communicate amongst those numbers, then they don't really mean as much. But if I've got 150 people in a comm in Discord voice, well, that's tempting. Like, that makes me want to have fun. That's the whole EVE Online, where we talk about these people being in massive fleets that set world records. That only happens if you have some level of organization. And that brings me to another point: organizing your alliance and delegating. So many leaders, I feel, mess up because they try to be the pirate lord. Like, right there, they try to be the pirate lord. Like, they would try to run everything. That is the biggest mistake I can say for a true leader to do. Let me come over to our screen here in my corporation. I'll show you my leadership structure. And some of the EVE Online vets are going to disagree with this. Hardcore. I got no problem with that. Disagree. But Pirate Lord, commanders, sub-commanders, fleet commanders, winches, and scallywags. A pirate theme, obviously. So you'll see here that we've got permission settings just for regular corporation. Right here to the tops, you see the commanders. Now, for those wondering, my commanders actually have full access because I've played with them for 2 years. I trust them, and if I get burned, well, I get burned. But generally, what you want to set them up as is you want multiple people who can recruit. I don't know, actually subs should be able to recruit, as well as fleet commanders should be able to recruit. But director, maybe you only want to be the director. Office management, maybe you only want to do office management. But still, I would say that's not the wisest course of action. Finance management, I can understand if you're eerie about letting people have access to the wallet. Diplomacy settings, alliance management. Maybe you don't want everybody to manage your alliance if you started one. But the point is, you have to delegate these responsibilities out to people. You can't rely it all to be on yourself. And if you see by the graphic that I'm showing you now, this is how I do my alliance. I have myself, I have a number 2 and a number 3 who are basically equal in terms of responsibility. They have different roles. And then I have an entire group of fleet commanders who do nothing but run PvE, PvP, organized industry, logistics. All of this is important, and you cannot do it all on your own if you want to truly grow an effective corporation in this game. And don't even mention alliances until you can do this with a corp. Because an alliance that has no true leadership is going to run around and fall apart. Simple as that. That's all there's. Let's keep on moving to the next sections. Here is my Esk Wallet. Everybody can donate, everybody, but only the top 2 can withdraw. Only those. That's it. That's it. Actually, reminds me, I need to go back. Everybody's supposed to have finance management so they could donate. Everybody. That's my bad, guys. I forgot about that. Anyway, back to this. Sub-commanders, fleet, everybody can donate. We don't care. But the only people that can withdraw are the ones you truly trust at the top level. And then finally, hangar permissions. Here's how I set up hangar permissions. My first level, which is brand new players in the game, cannot do anything but donate to Hangar 1. Then we have the next level is set up based on, well, you have to meet this requirement, which is Discord activity. You have to have been a member for 2 weeks. We have to form a level of trust. We have to know who you are. And then you get access to withdraw from Hangar 1 and see everything that we're doing. Transparency is very important for a corporation. Let the members know what you're doing for them. If you're amassing crap in Hangar 4 and nobody knows it's there, well, they feel like their taxes and their donations are going to feed your pocket. The corporation is not designed to make a CEO rich. I know that's like counterintuitive from the capitalistic world we live in, and I am a capitalist myself, but you have to have a level of transparency so that your players trust you and want to be a part of what you're building. Like our Hangar 3 is where we store all of our station materials for if we're building a station. Hangar 4 is our marketing stuff of very expensive items that we're either buying, selling, or trading. Hangar 2 is an amass of ships and blueprints for people who need them, especially for the fleet commanders to pull those out and give them to subordinates. And then the Hangar 1 is literally, if you need something, get it. That's what it is. That's how we structure ours. But we only give those permissions to certain people because you don't want to get cleaned out either. Remember, this is EVE. And people will screw you, so you got to protect yourself. But the importance of building a good corporation is organization. And I told about those first steps. Remember the first one? Remember, you've got to have that tax towards doing something for the people. Then you've got to organize. Then you got to have proper structure, and you got to delegate. So many of these points are important that I feel like so many CEOs don't do. They feel like they've got to do it all themselves. They've got to be the point of contact. No, you don't. You don't have to be the diplomat diplomat and the marketeer and the industry leader and the PvP leader. Maybe you are one of those things, but you don't need to be all of them. Building a good group means building a friendship and building a group that it plays well together and works hard together. And if you follow these basic tips, you will start forming a corporation of your own that goes out on raids, that is able to amass a fleet defense of 20, 30, 50 quickly in 5, 10 minutes. You'll be able to actually do stuff in the game together instead of just being part of a random group of who knows what. And if you want to join a random group of pirates that are awesome and organized, well, check out these guys. Having a good authority that they know what they're doing. And that's no bias, because I am not in part of them, and I wouldn't do it for no reason. Live long and prosper, stay safe, other space cowboys, and remember, shoot first. Fancy intro music, yeah!